Oh boy. Hey, internet. I'm sitting in this chair with a microphone next to me and got a really delicious drink of my own concoction. It's mostly rum chata. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the best things of the year. This is our best 2014 feature, my best 2014 feature. We're doing things a little differently this year. I'm just having one video with all the categories in it, not a bunch of videos spread over the course of a week. Yeah, it's a bit more, more intimate, more casual, more low key. The other thing that's different is that not only is there the usual music, movies, video games categories, but there's also an extra category for each of those categories. Let me explain. I have a new thing called the best 2013 music, movie, or video game of 2014. So that's like a spot, say, for the best thing that I consider from last year that I really like this year that I didn't get a chance to play or watch or listen to until this year. And I want to give it recognition. It's only one though; it's not three like the rest, like the normal best 2014 stuff is. So yeah, we'll be talking about that. I guess let's just get on with it. The first category is best music. Let me check my notebook. Yes, best music. I think I'm a little overexposed because of these lights. Oh well, I'm blind because I look directly at them. Anyway, the best music. We're starting off with the first thing, best 2013 album of 2014. I do albums because I'm an album guy. I'm full through. Singles are fine, tracks are fine, but I love albums from beginning to end. So let's start off for the best 2013 album of 2014, and that's Days Are Gone by Haim. Now, why is Days Are Gone my top album of 2013 for 2014? Because it's the only album that came out last year that I didn't get a chance to hear until this year. There weren't really any other contenders, but that doesn't mean it's not a good album. It's great. I love Haim. That album is fantastic. It has a very distinct little, almost like an 80s kind of sound to it, but like evolved to fit more into our era of music. And I think it's fantastic. It's really I don't want to say unique just in case, but it's kind of unique a little bit. I really love it, and I can't express that enough. I went to go see them live. They're fantastic live, and I'm excited to see what they do next. I'm not happy with their radio edit or single version of My Song 5. The album version is much better without that rap part in the middle. It's not. I don't. Anyway. What's next? Best music of 2014 in general, my top 3. So I'm going to say this up front. 2014 wasn't as good for music as it was last year. Last year, there was like all these amazing standout albums, just like pop, right after another. This year, there was a lot of good stuff. Don't get me wrong. Like, Saint Vincent's album was pretty good, even though I don't think it's her best work. I think that's Strange Mercy. But whatever. There's a bunch of cool stuff, but a lot of it was kind of, all on the same level. There's only really 2, honestly, standout albums of the year, which will obviously be my 1 and 2. So what's my 3? Well, my 3 is Ghost Stories Live 2014 by Coldplay. I originally didn't even want to put this on my list because, hey, spoilers for the next 2 items on my list. It felt like there was, maybe something else on this list that encompasses what Ghost Stories kind of is. But again, there wasn't really that much. There wasn't that much else this year. I almost put a Persona album on here, Persona Music Fest 2013, which came out this year. Because I love Persona music, I love the soundtracks, but it didn't quite make it. Not because it's a video game thing. Video game music can easily make it on here. It's just that Ghost Stories is just, even the live version is just better than Persona music. Maybe one day a Persona album will be on this list, but until then, we'll wait. Also, Ghost Stories 2014 is also on here because the Ghost Stories tracks, they're amazing. I love it. I love that album. And I think they actually translate really well live, and I'm really glad they put out a live album of Ghost Stories, live version of it. So yeah, I listen to it all the time actually. Maybe even Not more than original Ghost Stories for sure, but it's up there. It's pretty close. Anyway, number 2, 1989 by Taylor Swift. Talk to me about this time last year, and I would have said I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. I'm just a fan of her album Red, because Red's a fucking great album. This year that changed. Those slurping noises aren't probably very appealing. Anyway, 1989. Holy shit, that's a hell of an album. Oh my god. I listened. For me, it's like my perfect album to drive to. I love every second of it. This later half of the album, is weaker than the first half, but it's still, great. And man, that track that ends the album clean with Imogen Heap. Fuck, I love that song. But yeah, so I guess now I'm a Taylor Swift fan. I have a ticket to her concert in Miami next year. I'm still saying that I'm more of a straight hair Taylor Swift fan, not a curly hair Taylor Swift fan, because I'm still not, in love with her country stuff. But some songs that I thought I didn't like, I ended up thinking they're all right. Like that song she made a couple years ago, 15, I think it's called, or 15 and someone tells you that, whatever. That song's pretty good. I put too much ice in here because now you're just gonna get slurping noises. Anyway, moving on to my number 1 album of 2014. What could it possibly be? There's no way you could have figured this out already. But it's Ghost Stories by Coldplay. All I know is I love you so much it hurts. Am I really about to say this? Okay, yeah, sure. I'm just gonna say it right now. Masterpiece. Ghost Stories is Coldplay's masterpiece. A lot of people say that's Viva. They might be right too. Viva's really great. It's not my favorite of their albums. That's Ghost Stories. But I love Viva is definitely a very. It has a different sound to it than most of the other Coldplay stuff, and it seems very special. But Ghost Stories, man, I cannot get enough of Ghost Stories. It's a way different in that it's smaller, more intimate, kind of like this video, and it connects with the listener a lot more, I think. Man, I feel like that album is something I needed in my life. Not for any specific reason or any specific time in my life, just in general, past, present, future. I just need that album to exist and have myself listen to it a lot. I think it just fits really well. I love that album. Songs like Always in My Head, which I might get. I'm not even gonna go into that. What else? Ink, True Love. Midnight. Fuck that entire album. It's short. It's only 9 tracks. 12 with the bonus tracks if you get the deluxe edition. But it's a masterpiece. I love it. It's the best album in 2014, I think. What's next? Movies? Next is movies. And that's really good. Anyway, best movies of 2014. Starting off with the best 2013 movie of 2014. The best 2013. The winner of the best 2013 movie of 2014 is Her.
Good morning, Theodore.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Her is... man, I wish I saw that movie in 2013, because that probably would have beaten Gravity as my my top movie of the year. My God, man, Her is very special. Her is very, a heartwarming movie almost, and it's weird because you wouldn't really expect it to be all that heartwarming. I don't know. I saw it with a friend and coworker of mine. We went to go to the movies together to go see it because we both wanted to see it. What I found really hilarious though is that because that movie is such a kind of a date movie. We were kind of on a guy date, and I don't know if he realized it, but I ever did, and I thought it was fucking hilarious. It was really funny to me. But whatever, that movie's fantastic. Joaquin Phoenix plays a fantastic role in that movie. Scarlett Johansson is, you didn't even see her, just her voice, and she does a good job. It's funny how they casted her after they originally cast someone else, and then they just replaced all her audio. That's kind of cool. The movie looks really nice, like visually. It's a very nice movie to look at. It's really pretty, and I think it like touches on some things that I find really really interesting. I don't know if I want to exactly talk about that stuff because it might be spoilery, but that movie came out a year ago, so sure. It's not what you might think, like, oh, relationships with inanimate objects, that's weird, right? Like, no, whoa, it's probably a little weird, but in that world that movie creates, it's not like the trailers make you think it is, like that's what the movie's about, but it's not really. And most people are just like, hey, I'm dating this robot thing, this AI, and they're like, great, they don't care. It's normal. What that movie actually touches on that I find really interesting is the again, spoilers, the idea that we as humans, when we love someone, we love them, and that's it. It's them. But this AI, this computer, that's probably way more advanced than we will ever be, has the capacity to love multiple people at once, and not like hamper their love for the other people in any way. They just love them all in different ways, and they all love them equally. There's no real I love you more than the other one. They have the mental capacity, or whatever you want to call it, to love all those people at once. And we as humans can't really do that or process that. Like that's one of the points of the movie near the end is that Scarlett Johansson's character tells that to Joaquin Phoenix, and he's all like, "What the fuck? What do you mean?" And he can't handle that. And I think that was really interesting. Then also like the whole science fiction singularity event that happens at the end of the movie. That's what the movie's kind of about. How they transcend humans and then go somewhere else, and maybe humans will find their way there at some point. I don't know. But it was a cool take on it, because a lot of people talk about the singularity as the point where robots will turn on us and AIs will turn on us and murder us. But in this case, in the movie, it was different. It was just like, hey, we know we're smarter than you, and we need to go play. We need to evolve even more. We need to go find. It's kind of like an existential journey for AIs and robots. It was pretty cool. I love that movie. I'm probably gonna watch it again soon, maybe like this weekend. I don't know. If you haven't seen it, you missed out. Go watch it. Anyway, that's the best movie. That's the best 2013 movie of 2014. Now on to the best movies of 2014.
2014.
Shit. What's my number 3? Oh fuck. Okay, so I have a number 3. I'm pretty sure. Get ready for this. Pretty sure my number 3 is The Fault in Our Stars.
It's just not the truth.
So I did not expect to like The Fault in Our Stars as much as I did, and I'll get to that. This movie, for the number 3 spot, was head-to-head between Fault in Our Stars and Gone Girl. Now, I know what some people are going to be saying. How the fuck do you choose Fault in Our Stars over Gone Girl? Gone Girl's a great movie. I really like Gone Girl. Kept me on the edge of my seat pretty much the entire time. It's a real good movie. But I think I enjoyed Fault in Our Stars more. Partially because it was a bit, it was another one of those stupid heartwarming movies that get me in place. And I'm just like, oh shit, this is I have feelings for real this time. I don't normally have feelings. Also because I was surprised at how much I liked it. That's another reason why I think it made my number 3. Just how surprised I am at enjoying this movie. Because I heard the book was great. The book came out, everyone's like, this book is amazing. I'm like, great. Maybe I'll read it, maybe I won't. I don't read much these days, which is a shame. Then I heard they were going to make a movie. I was like, maybe I'll watch the movie. Then I saw a trailer. I don't normally watch trailers because I don't like trailers. I think they serve a purpose, but I don't like watching them. When I saw that trailer, just everything about the characters in that movie seemed like I'm about to burp. Excuse me. It seemed like the most cheeseball, ridiculous, like gag me with a chainsaw type of things. Like, God, people don't speak like this. People don't say things like that. They're not. It worked in the book because you're reading it in your mind, but when you actually hear someone say it out loud, people don't talk that way. So I expected that movie to just be a giant forcing you to tug on your heartstrings type of thing. So I skipped it for a while. Then I decided, fuck it, I'll just watch it, sure. Because people said it wasn't really like that, or they said they really enjoyed the movie and it held up to the book and whatever. So I saw it, and you know what? Those lines did make a bit more sense in context than they did out of context in the trailer. And I ended up really enjoying that movie. It was a very sweet movie. Yeah, almost as sweet as this drink. Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it, and I recommend you guys watch it. It's pretty good. Give it a chance. Anyway, next movie, number two, Interstellar.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
I love space. I really love space, and that's why Gravity was my favorite movie last year. Interstellar is another really good space movie. It's different than Gravity. That's more like a, I don't want to say space adventure, because it's not really like an adventure. That's like Guardians of the Galaxy, which is also a really good movie that didn't quite make the list. But Interstellar is it's Christopher Nolan. So I love Nolan. I think he does a lot of great stuff. He's one of my favorite directors. So I definitely want to go see it. It's a hard to describe movie because there's a lot of science in it, but like also it's a movie, so they kind of like get that science and kind of and bend it to their needs. And people kind of take criticism to that in the movie. I say fuck it, man. Like do what you want. That movie, I think that movie is really fun. A really enjoyable movie. It's also a very pretty movie to look at. And Matthew McConaughey, he's a really good actor, and he does a great job in this one. The whole seeing, them talk about wormholes and black holes and traveling to other planets and seeing what happens there, and of course the human drama in between there. There's a part near the end of the movie that I think it was supposed to be like real human drama stuff, and I think you could just cut that part of the movie out completely. It's not worth anything. But overall, I really enjoyed it. Visual effects very nice too. They like rendered like black holes and wormholes and stuff like that. And I heard like it took a shit ton of time to render the black hole, and it took up like 1 billion terabytes. I'm exaggerating, but it took a lot of space for them to render that, and it's just a cool technical feat. And of course, in Christopher Nolan fashion, it ends in some, I don't want to say mind fuckery or whatever you want to call it, because it's not hard to understand. It's just, it comes out of kind of like nowhere, and you're like, oh, that's a thing now. I don't know. The ending, I liked it, but it was weird. It was a bit more sci-fi than I would have hoped. But I still liked it, and that's why it's my number 2. I have not drinking that much, so I shouldn't be slurring my words. Not number 3. Number 1. The Grand Budapest Hotel.
Fuck shit. Fucking.
Fuck shit. Fucking.
Fuck shit. Fucking.
I'm gonna say this again. This movie is real pretty. Real pretty. It's a beautiful movie to look at. Cause it's Wes Anderson. Like Wes Anderson is another one of probably my favorite directors, visually at least. Shit, man, does he know how to shoot a fucking movie? I just love his style. It's magnificent. But also, that's that movie is just, it's real fun, and it's real funny. Like, and not like, here are all these jokes, haha, I'm funny, yeah. Like, no, it's just it's hard to describe why it's funny. It's just funny. It's just it has wit. It has charm. I really enjoyed that movie, and I found it really interesting that Wes Anderson shot it in 3 different aspect ratios, one for each, not act, for one for each like part of the story that is like in like a different timeline in the story. And when I say, oh shit, my camera exploded there for a second. So what was I saying? Right, when I say timelines, I don't mean like the movie is like a time travel movie or anything like that, or like it has like different. I just mean like it takes place in different times. That's not a spoiler, by the way. That's like in the beginning of the movie. It's like a story being told of the past, So it's like, so each different time is in a different aspect ratio. I thought that was really cool. Anyway, that's my favorite movie. That's my favorite fucking movie of the year. Watch it. Just like everything I'm talking about today. Watch it, listen to it, play it. Anyway, speaking of playing things, video games. That's the next category. Best video game. I watered it down a little bit by just talking too much. It's mostly whatever. What am I talking about? Let's talk about games. First part, best 2013 game of 2014. So I actually didn't play a lot of games that came out last year this year. I tend to play most things the year they come out. I missed a couple, but obviously, because I just announced that. But whatever, it's fucking... I digress before I chat on too much. The ones out of all the ones I did play, which most of them I ended up feeling they weren't amazing because I played all the good ones last year. Tomb Raider is the one that went out. Tomb Raider is a great game.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I'm surprised at how good a game that came out to be because the Tomb Raider franchise is, say what you will about your childhood and how great those games were. I don't think they're very great. They're not real fun games. But this new Tomb Raider game, it was super fun. I played it on the PC. Unfortunately, my PC, my Mac, I guess, is powerful enough to run games real nicely. But the Mac version doesn't have that Tress Effects stuff that the Windows version did, so I didn't get to experience that. But the game looked real nice. It ran real nice. I had no problems with it. And Lara Croft's butt in 2560 by 1440 resolution. There you go. I'm joking, of course. Mostly joking. Whatever. That game was a feat of I don't know, of something. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm excited for the sequel. Unfortunately, it's an Xbox exclusive for a while, and I don't have an Xbox One. I have a PS4, but not an Xbox One. Or at least I will have a PS4. It comes in the mail soon. I digress again. Let's talk about the other stuff. Best 2014 games. Number 3 is shit. Number 3 is Pokemon. Pokemon Alpha Sapphire.
Alpha Sapphire.
I feel like the number 3 spot, maybe 2 sometimes, but the number 3 spot is almost always reserved for Pokemon in the past couple years. Because I love Pokemon. And there's never a time when I don't want to play a new Pokemon game. Except maybe the Mystery Dungeon games, because I don't like those. Pokemon, yet again, makes it on the list. This time it's not a brand new game, it's a remake of the Game Boy games, Game Boy Advance games. And I think one of the reasons why I liked the new Pokemon Alpha Sapphire so much is because besides them adding some cool features like being able to fly without having a Fly TM in your party, a Fly HM Pokemon in your party, thanks to Latios and some item. It's called Soaring now. Whatever. Besides that, the third generation of Pokemon was like kind of the generation where I understood how fun Pokemon can be. I've played Pokemon since the beginning. I've played Blue. I've played Gold. Gold was my favorite one. I think till this day, still my favorite. But the third gen is the generation where I was old enough to kind of understand the whole hey, let me play Pokemon with my friends and like play it together as a group and see how far we got and I had a ton of fun. And I hold that memory really fondly. In fact, this is also like the first time they had some like really major changes that I could understand as well, like the whole changing a bunch of moves from special to physical and vice versa. Obviously, when I wouldn't be able to understand what that meant when I was younger, but in third generation, I was old enough to understand that, and that was exciting. One memory I have, double battles was also a thing that was brand new, that it was cool, that was exciting to me, and I actually specifically remember walking around the mall playing fucking Pokemon Sapphire, and just having a ton of fun. I would not put that game down. So yeah, that's why it's my number 3. It's probably not only because it's a good game, but also maybe a few nostalgia reasons. Anyway, number 2. Gotta take a sip. Number 2 is Persona Q. I love Persona. In fact, there's Teddy or Akuma, and then Rize is over here, like right there. I can never get enough of Persona. So I want to play every single brand new Persona game that ever comes out. That after 3, because Persona 1 and 2 are different games. Speaking of Persona 1 and 2, actually, those are dungeon crawlers. Persona Q is pretty different as well, because it's also a dungeon crawler. It's not your standard Persona RPG. It's more of an Etrian Odyssey game. which I don't really care for. I don't like the dungeon crawlers all that much. But if there's any game that could make me, enjoy dungeon crawler, it's Persona. And that's what Persona Q did to me. I had so much fun with this game. I'm still playing it. I'm near the end actually already. Like just a couple floors away from the final boss. Yeah, it's a fantastic game. It has just enough Persona stuff in it to make the Etrian Odyssey stuff kind of just blend in really well, and you not think about it too much as an Etrian Odyssey game, and be okay with the dungeon crawling and the map making and the and the incredibly difficult enemies that walk around called FOEs. I'm a burp again. Excuse me. But yeah, what was I saying? Shit. Right. So yeah, Etrian Odyssey has a bunch of little quirks to it that a lot of people probably wouldn't like, and I thought I wouldn't like either. For example, the map making that I just mentioned. In an Etrian Odyssey game, your map has to be drawn manually by you. And I thought that would be really annoying, and it is. But I actually enjoy some aspects of that a lot more, like just a lot. I just really have fun with that. I set it to auto map so that it draws the walls for me, so I don't have to manually draw the walls. But everything else I gotta do manually. I gotta mark treasure chests. I gotta mark enemies. I gotta enemy locations of how they move. I gotta mark doors, stairs, environmental things, special walls, things like that. But I find that really fun. I think it gives an extra charm to that game besides the already Persona charm to it that it has because of the characters interacting with each other. And yeah, I'm going to play that game twice. I'm going to play it once with my first playthrough, how I'm doing it now, with the Persona 3 protagonist, and I'm going to play it again in New Game Plus with all my high-level characters in the Persona 4 story. That goes to show you how much I love that game. So what game could possibly beat out a Persona game? In fact, it almost didn't. Persona was always going to be my number one, but in fact, my number one is actually Hearthstone.
Victory strategy.
All right. Hearthstone. What could I fucking say about Hearthstone? I love card games. I played Yu-Gi-Oh! I played Magic. I played a bunch of other ones. I played Scrolls for a little bit. I didn't really like it. I've played a bunch of other free-to-play card games that come out in the recent years. Pokemon TCG I also kind of enjoy. But I cannot find a card game that I like more than Hearthstone. Hearthstone, I've been playing since the beta. Last year, and it finally got released this year, so I can talk about it now, or at least talk about it in a best of feature at least. And it combines what I love about the other two card games that I played often, Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic, and make a better game out of it. So, for example, I like Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it's a bit faster paced. Matches go around real quick. But unfortunately, it's not a very well designed card game, I would say. There's a bunch of crazy weird stuff that happens in that Japanese ass game. Magic, on the other hand, I enjoy it. I have fun. It's a lot more strategic, and I like that. It's a bit better designed, I would say. But it can be real slow. That game can be real slow. A little bit slower than I would hope or like. Hearthstone combines this the cool strategy stuff from Magic, the way you gotta think about your moves and stuff instead of just summoning powerful creatures, and the speed of a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game marries them and makes a real fun, addictive card game. And it's free. It's completely free to play, and it does free to play right. It's not just I don't even know. I don't play much free to play games because because of the way I don't like them. It doesn't make you buy extra time to play. There's no countdown timer. You can only play 20 minutes a day, and then you gotta buy more time, and it doesn't do any of that garbage. You only spend money on packs or arena runs or story expansions, I guess, now that they have Crimson Naxxramas. But even then, it's not necessary. You can still just buy stuff with the in-game currency, and getting my camera exploded again. So I gotta continue. You're gonna see a weird cut, and it's nothing I can do about it. So what was I saying? Right, Hearthstone does free to play right. Fuck, I actually don't remember what I was saying. Maybe alcohol will help me remember. No, whatever. Just go play Hearthstone. It's really great. Oh right, I was saying that it's really easy to earn in-game currency. It's not like you have to go through a lot of stuff to get it. You just play the game, and because it's such a fun game, you can play the game for hours. And in fact, I have played that game for hours and hours and hours and hours. I don't know. That was stupid. Anyway, Hearthstone. It's my favorite game of the year. Gnomes vs. Goblins just came out, which is their first official expansion with a bunch of new cards. Like I think over 100 new cards. And it's all free. Like you don't gotta pay a cent for that. Like not even like in-game currency cents or gold. Completely free. Just update your game, and you can just start buying new packs or winning new packs or whatever you want to do. Hearthstone. It's a great game. I can see myself playing it for a long time. Well, there you have it. We're done. I talked about everything I want to talk about. Time to close this book on this year, literally, apparently, because this book is actually full, and I have a brand new book, a new sketchbook for 2015. So closing the book on this year, and hope you guys enjoyed this weird fucking video. It's a long one, I'm sure. But you know, I wanted to do something different this year for this 2014. Partially because I, trying to figure out what just fun stuff to make on this channel, and also partly because I didn't really have the resources to make a big ol' best stuff feature like last year. Time was of the essence, and this I could shoot in one day. Also, I was real busy with other stuff like building a website, which, by the way, 2015, here we come. We're going to have a working website, have a lot of cool things in store. I'm excited about that. But yeah, I hope you guys had a good year. Hope you guys could have a good rest of the year, because this probably will go up before New Year's. And I'll see you in 2015. I got cool stuff coming. Functioning website, more alcohol, probably videos about alcohol. I don't know. I'm an alcoholic, maybe. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching, people. Have a Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. Bye. Fucking stop. God.